Hey everyone, Tom Harrison here. I wanted to offer a fresh new welcome and introduction to Walk Your Why in this turbulent, tough, often terrifying time of COVID. Now we all know that COVID technically, specifically means the coronavirus disease. I'd like to ask, in the context of walking your why, which is to live on purpose, to live on your deep purpose, I'd like to ask that we reframe it. And more importantly, not just reframe from a standpoint of convenience, and certainly not reframe from a standpoint of avoidance, right? Or ignorance, right? This is not about ignorance is bliss. This is about empowering ourselves with a mindset that acknowledges the reality that's happening, right? We still keep distance. I like to call it sacred spacing instead of social distance. More about that later. But also, just how do we want COVID to impact us from a standpoint of the fact that we have choice in the matter, right? The reality is we choose how we respond. All right, many of us have a tendency to simply react and not actually choose a conscious response. And so I'm offering the opportunity to choose to redefine COVID, to reframe, to reinvent this idea of COVID as cultivating oneness virally, intentionally, deeply. Again, it's an acronym. Of course, you know I love acronyms. COVID. Cultivating oneness virally, intentionally, deeply. Try that on as you navigate this reality of the virus, right? That can be very dangerous. But we also know that the fear caused by the virus, right, to be more accurate, caused by our reactions, and often even sometimes our conscious responses, right? Our conscious responses are not always in the positive, not always in the affirmative, not always helping us. Sometimes we consciously respond, oh my God, this is so scary, right? We react with a fear, right? That might be a visceral reaction that we may not have conscious control over, but we also can respond in ways that either empower us or disempower us. So let's be really conscious of that. And let's consider this idea of cultivating oneness virally, intentionally, deeply. And I want you to recognize that when you're walking your why, when you're living on purpose, which to carry that further is to really be yourself, to live your purposeful vision, and to love, yes, love the world with your work, which is however you serve the world. If you pair that concept of living profoundly on purpose with this idea of cultivating oneness virally, intentionally, deeply, you'll see that COVID can take on a whole new meaning in your life. And your life can take on a whole new meaning to the world in this time. Create your own new normal. Walk your why. And let's together cultivate oneness virally, intentionally, deeply. Happy trails. Walk your why.